morning, and welcome to another episode of Hard Factor. It is Wednesday, November 20th. You know what that means? It's Listener Submission Wednesday, so it's just a news buffet of all stories from you, for you, by us.
What was that noise?
I don't know. I love it. I love it. It's your show.
Was that somebody cracking a beer like there is at 90% of the
yeah.
right?
It was part of a story someone DM'd in.
Yeah.
If you listen closely, you can hear a beer cracking in the first 30 seconds on like
Most
85%
shows,
of the
Unless
shows.
Wes is off.
Yeah. These aren't filmed.
I'm the only drinker.
These aren't filmed at 5
Only guy that loves porn and the only guy that loves beer on the show.
I'm the only man.
We all love porn, Wes, just a different kind.
Yeah, not hand job porn, Pat.
Ooh, what are you talking about?
Let's
Let's get into it. Let's get into the stories.
All right. That went dark fast. All right, so Pat's up first. Pat, you're up.
All right, guys, you're going to love this because it's mega complicated. So on November 4th of this year, 55-year-old Larry Paul McClure Sr. of Pendleton, Kentucky, confessed via a handwritten letter to the murder of 38-year-old Thomas McGuire of Minnesota, who happened to be the boyfriend of his 31-year-old daughter, Amanda Michelle Naylor McClure of Chisago City, Minnesota. Right. So you guys follow me thus far?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Jealous.
They help.
Jealous dad.
There's a daughter.
Mad at the boyfriend of the daughter.
But you're about to find out.
Yeah.
Larry and Amanda, are now facing first-degree, that's father-daughter, facing first-degree murder charges along with Larry's other 32-year-old daughter, Anna Marie Chownhari, 32 years old of Boone, North Carolina. It seems like Larry liked to sow his seeds.
What did you just say? The daughters are arrested too?
Yeah. So
Double
there's
daughters.
Two daughters.
Both daughters.
All involved in the murder.
Okay.
Got Larry and his two daughters from different states. Larry liked to sow his seeds in different municipalities, it seems. I'm guessing different moms.
Yeah, that's Larry's prerogative.
Yeah, it's just Larry,
that's his
baby.
prerogative, man.
The thing that makes this story really pop, though, guys, aside from the father-daughter murder trio, is that Larry Paul subsequently married his daughter Amanda, which is a crime in most states.
Well, what did the other daughter think of that?
Well, she was the ugly one, Will.
Yeah.
She had to be a little jealous, right?
Oh, yeah, you should see her. She's real jealous. Neither of these ladies are hot, but Amanda's the looker. That's the one you're going after.
Sounds like if they all are in the murder together, then yeah, she's probably jealous.
I never shared a room with Daddy.
Will's first thought is she's jealous, not like this is fucked up. That poor daughter. The poor
You got to think about the family dynamics,
jealous.
you know?
Daddy, I always did like you best.
Yeah.
So the victim, Thomas McGuire of Minnesota, who Larry Paul hit in the head with a wine bottle back in February. By the way, it must have taken a ton of swings to kill him with a plastic wine bottle. I'm just assuming it's plastic.
Oh.
I don't see Larry Paul being in the glass bottle tax bracket.
A box.
Little burn, yeah, with the box.
Little burn there. You really got him with the corners.
Yeah, the corner of the box. right in the eye.
Anyway, after killing him with a bottle of Charles Shaw, he proceeded to inject his never-to-be son-in-law with 2 vials of methamphetamine.
Whoa.
Made it look like he got knocked out.
I know it's
out when he did the meth.
It's that L.A. guy. This is the guy that keeps killing people with meth in his apartment in L.A.
Right,
yeah.
right.
It's like that.
That guy's style.
Yeah, and guys, being that these 2 vials could have ended up in Larry Paul's veins,
That guy's named Larry, too.
it goes to show you how much he disapproved of McGuire. Because think about that.
He was trying to have sex with his daughter. So.
Yeah, eventually, but
You
these
can
are
always get more meth.
2 perfectly good vials of meth. You'd think that, Mark. Anyway, in his confession, Larry Paul rolled over on his daughter Amanda, who's also his wife, claiming that she put him up to it. And then,
wow.
Yeah, it's terrible. Anyway, 3 weeks after the murder, Larry Paul gave Amanda
I'm
away.
very confused.
Okay, so.
I know, I get it.
Okay,
I get
3
it.
weeks
I
after
get
the
it.
murder, Larry Paul
Don't explain it.
gave Amanda away to himself when
Yeah.
they got married.
Right.
All I know is Larry's
Short
intimidating.
ceremony.
So what happened to the other daughter? I'm still concerned for her.
Murder charges. She's not a looker, Will. Not like Amanda.
So does that? She's just
Imagine-
she's just screwed.
Imagine that sad girl's life.
Everyone
Your
involved,
dad doesn't even pick you to marry you.
Everyone involved in this story is fucked. Will.
Yeah, they're all
yeah.
fucked.
Yeah.
Moving on. What's next?
All right.
Oh,
All right. Next, we're gonna.
And who threw us that story? I'm sorry, I gotta make sure I shout them out. That was Taylor MP Henley. Thank you for that story.
Given first
Thank
and
you,
last
Taylor.
names. Nice.
That's at. That's
okay.
at.
Okay.
Thank you, Taylor. All right. This next one's from listener Nathan. We're gonna take it over to a little island off the coast of Maine called Campobello.
Sounds nice.
It's a quaint little place with a population of 872, but it's got one big ass problem, and that is the mail system.
Oh no.
So you see, it gets a little complicated. You see, Campobello is in the Bay of Fundy in New Brunswick, Canada. but the only way to access it in the winter months is through mainland Maine.
Okay, I get
all
it.
eight.
I get what you said. This
so-
is a little confusing because I thought you meant this was America at first, 'cause it's off the coast of Maine, but it's Canada, and they have to go through. Okay,
Right,
all
it's right on the border. So, but the only way to access the island with a mail truck in the winter is to drive through Maine. So go through America. So all 872 residents
mail is
get
it?
their mail. Huh?
So whose mail is it? Right.
Well, it's still Canadian
Okay,
mail.
all
It's
right.
it's intended for the Canadians who get it in the end, but it has to drive through America, and so all 872 residents get their mail inspected by U.S. Customs. And it wouldn't really be a problem because it used to be that the sealed Canadian mail truck would just drive from mainland Canada over through Maine and then just go to the island and everything was okay. But ever since Canada legalized marijuana, U.S. Customs and Border Protection (CPB) agents are inspecting every single package, basically, that comes across the northern border, looking for traces of the devil's lettuce.
Right. Otherwise, Joe Biden wouldn't be able to sleep at night.
That's
Yeah.
Right.
That's tough
Right.
for Bad Devin or whoever the bad kid is in that town who people keep mailing marijuana to.
Well, yeah.
Well-
you're going to get caught.
Yeah,
It's so
872 people.
So few people.
They're gonna find out
Yeah.
it's you.
Well, Pat, also, you might want to rethink that one because it's legal
Right.
in Canada. So actually, they're legally shipping it to themselves from other places in Canada, and it's still being confiscated.
Doesn't mean it's not frowned upon.
Canada
Not-
to Canada in that scenario, right? Will, but if it was from U.S. to Canada,
Okay, I
It's
see.
on the soil.
Why would they ship weed from the U.S. to Canada?
you get in trouble. You would get. In
It
trouble.
wouldn't make any sense. And okay, yeah. So what's happening is people are ordering. They're finding a lot of weed because the CPB agents have seized so much that Cannabis NB, that's New Brunswick's main legal cannabis dealer, is shipping it. And it's getting confiscated. And then people are like, hey, my order never came. So they just have to stop shipping it to the island because CPB is taking so much of it. And for this
it's a loophole. It's a bullshit loophole.
This is free weed for the CPB.
Yeah, this is the
Right.
Yeah, I hate this.
Yeah, I mean, it's bullshit. It's bullshit all around. And so for that reason, because it's a giant invasion of privacy and because their weed's getting taken by bureaucrats from another country, the residents of Campobello are demanding a ferry be installed between mainland Canada and their island, but no word if they will get that ferry or not.
Whole ferry for 800 people.
Reasonable request.
Weed fairy.
Yeah, the
it's a
green
weed
ferry.
Love that.
Basically. Yeah, taking it to the internet real quick. Trey Cornett on Facebook has a great point. He says, and isn't cannabis legal in Maine? Which it is. So it's legal in both places, but the Border Protection is still seizing it. Not,
Is it the federal? It's just the going over the
federal.
border.
It's the border.
That's
It's
ridiculous.
a gateway drug. Pat.
Yeah. Yes.
yeah, it's a gateway drug. They got to take it seriously.
Can't
So
go
there's
through
two thoughts.
It's that federal legalization. That's what's fucking up.
Two
Yeah.
thoughts.
Yeah, two thoughts on that one is obvious. The first one is that somebody needs to open a weed store in Campobello where you boat in the weed from mainland Canada.
It's true.
Like, how is
Clean
that?
up. You'd clean
Yeah.
up. Plus,
You'd be selling to all 872.
plus riding around a boat all day is just fun.
Yeah.
Right. So somebody needs to do that. And number two, definitely very upset with these border agents unless they're stockpiling it Super Trooper style.
Right.
And even then, still kind of upset.
That's what
with
I
them.
was suggesting.
I don't know why else you'd go into the service.
I mean,
if not
because
for
it's
that.
legal. It's CPB. It's the Canada Border Patrol, right? It's like it's legal. They can keep it. Then they can just not buy weed. They just
Yeah, it's
get free
great.
weed.
Great for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so even if they're doing that, I'd still be a little upset because they're taking the good people of Campobello's weed just out from under their noses. And speaking of that, maybe if elected, one of the Dem candidates will be able to do something about it. And don't forget that we have a Democratic debate coming up tonight. And I want to let you guys in on some of the best predicted debate markets with that coming up. So it's going to make it a lot more fun. Get in there. Predictit.org/promo/hardfactor20 to get your first $20 match. And it makes the debates a lot more fun to have a little action riding. So the new markets we have for the debates, we've got the regulars, like the most and least speaking time. I think Steyer's leading for the least and Liz Warren's leading for the most right now. We have the mention markets, though. How many times will quid pro quo be said? And that's a banded market. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc.
It's actually how many candidates will say it.
Candidates. Okay.
So, there's 10 candidates, so you can choose 0 through 10.
Yeah.
So it's, will anyone say it? No.
Doesn't matter. how many
okay,
doesn't
so
matter how
I
many
see.
times they say it.
One candidate could say it 100 times. That still counts as one.
Yeah.
It's
I'm hoping
different
for a
candidate.
quid pro quo chain
I
reaction.
put some money exactly.
Yeah,
Pat.
one says it, it just
So
goes down the line.
If one
it's like a
person says it,
sneeze.
exactly.
Yawn.
So I like the 0 and 1 are at 37 cents each, which is very high. But 2 through 10 are averaging like 3 cents a share. So I just threw in $50 total to get 500 plus shares of 4, 5, or 6 people saying it.
I love that.
Yeah.
For $50.
Nice.
That would pay out
That's a
500.
There you go.
bucks. Yeah.
There you go.
just-
Plus, you may be able to even like turn it real quick. Like if I don't know.
Oh
if,
yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. Live.
Yeah,
a
if
couple
the
people
markets
say
go
it,
nuts for it,
we
yeah.
got to be fast.
You got to be quick though.
Yeah.
All right. Also, we've got Will, Bernie Sanders, and Liz Warren mentioned billionaires. So
Yes.
pretty good odds there.
That's a yes.
Will Hong Kong be mentioned? That's a who knows.
That's a
little
coin flip right
bit.
I don't
now.
know.
That's
Why-
a coin. That's
Why
a
bring
coin.
everyone down?
It's 60 yes. I would say no.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I'd
guess
say no.
It hasn't been
Yeah.
mentioned yet. That
Yeah.
I know of.
Yeah, I'd probably go with the no on that one. And then you can do biggest bump, biggest drop, and individual bump markets for Mayor Pete, Bernie, Joe Biden, Liz Warren, Kamala Harris, and Andrew Yang.
I'm sorry, Will. I just looked at fucking predicted. I just looked at my fucking markets, and Mayor Pete has overtaken Bernie Sanders for who will win New Hampshire in the
Oh,
Democratic
no.
primary. Holy
He's on a
shit!
heater.
In his hometown. Yeah.
Well, it's not his home.
well-
It's one state
No,
over.
Vermont.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
He's-
what's it called? They also have, like Will mentioned, will Mayor Pete get a bump, yes or no, just based
That
off the
is
debate?
easy money.
And it's right now, it's at like 18 cents yes. Like people are saying no because he's like, I would.
Well, because he's already high.
He is
He's
already
already
high.
high.
I might put a lot of money in that one.
It's his race to
Now-
lose.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some down on some of the mentioned markets tomorrow or today, Wednesday, but then I'm going to wait till about midway through the debate to start placing my bets on who's going to slide and who's going to bump.
Right, because the bumps are about a week later. You're right. Yeah.
Yep. And so remember to go to predicted.org/promo/hardfactor20 to get your first $20 deposited matched on us. It's a fun way to make politics a little bit more interesting, legal in all 50 states, quick payouts. Come ride with us at Predicted.
Hell yeah. It's going to be awesome tomorrow night or tonight.
If I wasn't doing this
I'm gonna
show,
bitch
this
up.
would be the only way I watched the debate.
Yeah. All right, guys, not to be outdone by the 5-year-old Spider-Man fan that brought cocaine to school, a 16-year-old boy was busted for allegedly using a remote-controlled car to smuggle over $100,000 worth of meth into California from Mexico.
Whoa.
Yeah.
How do you even get that much meth? I couldn't even scrape together $100. We worked for Will's parents in high school, and they paid us really well. And we
couldn't get all that meth.
we
back then.
we were lucky if we could buy a gram of weed.
Tried.
Yeah. All right. Well, if cocaine makes you feel like Spider-Man, what does meth make you feel like? Like Venom,
I don't know. I'm not a superhero guy.
Dr. Ock, Doc Ock,
Maybe dead if Larry Paul's after you.
like the Punisher.
Flash?
The Flash. The teen was spotted by some U.S. Border Patrol agents sneaking along the U.S.-Mexico border with 2 large duffel bags at about 12:30 a.m. Sunday, so right after Saturday night ended. Sunday morning. He's also a U.S. citizen, guys, so he's in big trouble. In fact, he's arrested and charged with drug smuggling. 16-year-old U.S. citizen.
This is even more confusing to me.
Yikes.
I would understand if it was a Mexican citizen because I don't know anything about Mexico, but a U.S. citizen, how does he get that much meth?
I feel like the Mexican citizen just gets deported, right? So, like, the U.S. citizen goes to jail for a while. When agents detained the teen, they noticed that besides the 2 duffel bags, he was also in possession of a remote-controlled car and 50 packages of methamphetamines that weighed about 56 pounds. So there you go, guys. Remote-controlled cars, not just great Christmas gifts for children, but also for drug smugglers.
But so this thing he would drive it to sell it then.
Right.
He
Well,
would,
someone in Mexico would load up the remote-controlled car with meth, and then he has the remote-control steering wheel, so he would steer it across the border, which he had 2 duffel bags waiting for him, and then he would, pick up the remote-control car, take the meth out of it, put it in the duffel bags, and he would go home.
I bet it was a Mustang.
But he was caught.
So
pretty
like a
strong
elaborate-
remote control car to have that
Well, it's
much
a big
meth.
Have you seen those RC cars?
Have
Will?
you seen the new remote-control
They're
cars?
awesome.
They'll break your
No.
foot, bro.
You can smuggle 56 pounds of meth with them.
That's impressive.
Is that like an elaborate, like when you see a drug deal and they just kind of drop it on the ground and you pick it up and it's like and it wasn't mine, I didn't have possession.
I'm
of it.
just
Is
out
that-
here in the park, remote control carring.
Yeah, is that
I'm
like
16.
an elaborate one of those?
Because he's 16, too, it looks like
Yeah.
maybe he'd be doing that.
You see a drug
I've
deal?
just got bad
No,
parents.
you see it on cops and shit where they like drop it on the ground and it's like, oh, I didn't. It wasn't an exchange, a hand
I've
exchange.
never seen an RC
No,
car on
I
cops.
just think it's because he's a teenager. They use a remote control car, and they were just like, like, don't pick up the car if there's cops around. He's
Makes sense,
just a bad drug dealer. Authorities are claiming the street value of the drugs is $106,000, to which I say less than $2,000 a pound for meth.
Yeah, it seems low, right?
I've been taking the wrong drugs my whole life.
I'm gonna do a little Googling here.
you
That's
kidding
quite
me? Are you
affordable.
It's a
kidding me?
lifetime.
I could buy a couple
Yeah.
pounds right now, no problem.
It's telling me that the distribution level can range from 3,500 per pound to 21,000 per pound.
Well,
Oh,
see,
Wow,
great.
that's a
what
low
I thought.
ball.
Great of it.
They're
See,
cutting them a break.
I thought the authorities, they're full of shit.
This is just really shitty meth.
I guess so. Well, guys,
16-year-old meth.
This-
What do you expect?
this kid is gonna get his nuts checked by plenty of people in jail, so he's covered. But have you checked your nuts recently for lumps? It is Movember after all.
Got to check the balls.
Barstool is proud to be working with Movember to raise funds and awareness for men's health. Movember is the leading charity dedicated to changing the face of men's health around the world. This Movember, whatever mustache you grow will save a bro. Your support will change the face of men's health, raising awareness and funds for prostate cancer, testicular cancer, mental health, and suicide prevention. All good causes. This year, Barstool's own Donnie Does is growing out his mo to save a bro. Join him on the Barstool Movember team and help us change the face of men's health. For every $50 that you fundraise on our team, you get an entry to win a trip for two to join us at the Army vs. Navy live college football show in December. Someone's winning that fucking shit. Head to Movember.com/Barstool to join our team, grow your mustache, and fundraise for your chance to win that grand prize.
Love that. And we got a DM from a listener today who is fighting testicular cancer.
That's right.
Fight on, brother. Keep fighting it. You're gonna win.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Fuck testicular cancer.
Fuck it.
Yes. Fuck it. All right. Moving on. Some good Samaritans who thought a Milwaukee, Wisconsin man was getting attacked inside his car by a hawk called the cops on the man, who was actually just really hammered and driving around with a very scared chicken inside. So
Who gave you this story, Wes? Who gave you this story?
this was at SodaPop189.
Okay.
Oh, let me shout out my guy, too. I'll have to come back to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So chicken.
Yeah, so chicken. So quoting the 911 call, there's a guy behind us. He's driving really reckless, but he has a hawk in his car. So when police arrived to pull over 42-year-old Ernesto Martinez Garnica for his third DUI, they found all the telltale signs of a very dangerous situation on the roadway, including empty beer cans, a hammered Ernesto, and a chicken named Teresa wildly flailing around in the car.
You said Teresa?
That's a wild scene.
That's a wild scene.
What a sweet name for a
I
chicken.
like that.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. So
Poor Ernesto.
yeah, that's very distracting.
Oh, Ernesto, you're drunk with the chicken in the car again? Come on, man.
She goes everywhere.
So the cops get in, Teresa. So the cops took them both into custody, and there's a pretty hilarious pic of both Ernesto, who is handcuffed, and the chicken strapped in the back of the cop car, both with seatbelts, which was a very cute move by the Oak Creek Police Department.
It's a great pick.
Yeah, and the picture that made the story go viral. And Pat, we know how you feel about these comedic gestures by police here, but this one's funny.
Not a fan.
Anyway,
I've got one coming up.
Okay.
Anyway, police want everyone out there to know they're clamoring to rescue this famous chicken Teresa, that she's not up for adoption. So, you can save the emails, but she's safe and sound, and so is Ernesto. He's out on bail.
Hey, that's Ernesto's chicken.
Yes, exactly.
Can't take it away from him just because he got drunk a couple times.
Yeah.
Well, he's endangering the chicken, Will.
Whatever.
I
Yeah,
love the
I
idea
know.
of how much a man loves his chicken, that
Yeah.
it's his ride or die.
We do everything together.
Yeah.
We drive drunk together.
Don't you dare take that chicken away from Ernesto.
The chicken did look cute.
I love
I would
that.
I would love to drive around the chicken. My guy was at Darm1255 for my last story.
All right, guys, this one's from I Eat Poo 69. Killer name. A 14-year-old Chinese boy was playing with buckyballs earlier this month when curiosity got the best of him, almost costing him the use of his inexperienced penis. Now, buckyballs, guys, are the you may know them. They're known as neodymium magnets, or they're small metal magnetized spheres, commonly seen in like doctors' waiting rooms or orgy guys' bedrooms.
Or tech guys' desks.
Exactly. Yeah, they're used for like stress relief.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
What?
about? They're like,
No.
yeah.
You can make like a pyramid out of them or different
It's like a
shapes.
chain of magnets.
Yeah, little balls.
My
Exactly. Little
son
balls.
actually just got these fucking things. They're about the they're smaller than a pea. So
Well,
I'm gonna take them away from
Tell
him.
him not to do this.
I'm taking them away
Listen
from
up,
him.
Wes. Because little Jiang Hua was playing with the balls and naturally his penis as he's an adolescent boy when he noticed that the buckyballs were a dead ringer for the diameter of his urethra. And
no.
and that's
They
when,
are.
That's when curiosity. That's when curiosity got the best of him.
No.
Uh-oh. Yeah, the first ball went in smooth, but didn't seem to want to come out.
Ah.
Yeah, and then Jiang thought to himself,
This guy's giving himself kidney stones?
No need to panic. No need to panic. He could use science to solve this problem. All he has to do was use the magnetic force of another
chain
buckyball
it.
to
Yeah.
dislodge the first buckyball.
That's actually really smart.
Uh-oh. Before Zhang knew it, he had a 53 count abacus of metal magnetic BBs lodged in his dong. That's what we call throwing good money after bad. Am I right? Embarrassed and confused, the Silver Surfer decided to call it a night instead of telling an adult.
He went to bed?
He went to bed.
How do you sleep like that?
You don't.
Erect.
You just
That's the worst night's sleep of his life.
you just pace around in your room.
You at 14. What happens there is you wonder if you have a dick the next day.
Think about your 14-year-old dick. There must have been like some.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know what's going to happen to his
doesn't
dick
know.
the next day.
He tried everything.
He's so nervous and embarrassed, and he couldn't tell the parents, and he's hoping that his dick is still there the next day.
He ended up with 53. There was 53 times he inserted a ball into his urethra.
Maybe this one.
Try to get the last one out. Yeah.
Yeah, he's pounding water.
Like
In
he's
the
going to
darkness.
just pull out a string of beads.
Anyway, guys, the next day the magnetic balls had to be removed surgically from his bladder.
Oh, come on.
Whole.
God damn.
A whole strand of them. On the plus side, he'll never forget what 53 is divisible by.
Nothing by one.
Nothing.
By nothing.
Just one strand.
Yeah.
It's a prime number.
Pull it out.
That's a tough way to learn that 53 is a prime number.
He'll never forget.
Yeah.
That's terrible. All right. This next one is from listener Tommy Bottles. So let's take a little trip down to the soft corner where we find 43-year-old Martin Taylor of Aberdeenshire, Scotland, patiently waiting in the soft corner. Martin isn't a creep or a bully or a general asshole like most of the guys that end up in the soft corner. No, he's in here for a much more literal reason, for almost being killed by his own comforter duvet.
Come on.
His own duvet
Yeah.
comforter, huh?
What do you mean?
Yep. Like it literally almost killed him. The only thing softer would have been to have been killed by his like stuffed animal.
By the way, dream way to go out.
Yeah, it's very soft,
I would love to get murdered by my duvet comforter.
We know, Mike.
Actually,
big blanket guy.
Actually, this situation, you might not like it once you hear the details. So how did it happen? Martin was inexplicably weak and wheezy all the time. All of a sudden, he had never smoked or done any drugs in his life. Nerd.
How many cats
Or drank milk.
I don't know the cat count. But he was married.
Be a tough guy and have cats. Cats are awesome.
Can you?
Married, took care of himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so after it kept up for about a month, he got very concerned. And so he went to 4 different doctors, but nobody could tell him anything about what was going on with him. And that's when Dr. Owen John Dempsey from Aberdeen, the big town in Scotland, stepped in and investigated the situation. And he analyzed all aspects of Martin's life, and it turns out that he suffers from a rare allergy to birds that can be activated by something as small as your wife changing the bedding to down comforters and pillows.
Feathers.
This is not a man.
Yep.
The feathers in the blanket almost
This is
killed
not
him.
a man.
This
Yep,
is a tough
yeah.
look.
It's yeah, it's
You are-
literally called feather duvet lung disease.
Feather duvet lung disease. This was submitted by a guy named
It's a
Tommy
thing.
Bottles.
You are
Yeah.
pretty,
You know Tommy Bottles doesn't respect this guy.
you are pretty disappointed if you married this guy.
We're gonna have to go back to the non-comfortable bedding.
You don't talk about this guy at your ladies' nights.
Is that Goose?
Oh God!
No, I wish I could, but I can't. He'll fucking die from feather duvet lung disease.
He's got feather
Yeah.
duvet lung disease, guys.
Jeez.
Your wife is just your wife is damned to uncomfortable bedding for the rest of her life. So basically what was happening was the more tired and
How do you
achy he got, the more he slept, and the closer to death that was bringing him, because his lungs were scarring
It's like
because he
carbon
can't
monoxide.
handle feather air.
Yeah,
You know what that is?
It was a boulder down a hill scenario.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we call
Vicious
That's what we
cycle.
call a no blowjob disease.
That's terrible.
No one's sucking that dick.
That is my nightmare, by the way, being allergic to comfortable blankets. What a loser. All right, guys. A donkey, a camel, and a cow are walking down the side of the road. That's not the start of an awesome joke, unfortunately. That's reality in Goddard, Kansas, which is about 15 miles west of Wichita. The Goddard Police Department, Pat, found the hilarious trio of oddly paired buddies and thought, hey, we aren't all serious all the time. We have senses of humor, and this reminds us of a nativity scene. It's about to be Christmas. So they snapped a picture and quickly took to their Facebook account to say, does anyone know the owners of these 3 friends traveling together towards a northern star just east of Goddard?
By the way, let me say, I'm not offended by police humor. I love police humor.
Oh, no,
Yeah, really?
Sure.
I just thought the fucking police lip sync dance challenge was lame because
Right.
they weren't out there fighting crime.
Play back the 313 shows. You've got about 70 negative comments
Get
about
back to work, you service
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. You're not working if you're making jokes. I think I hear that a lot.
You have a lot of anti-cop.
I'm a big police guy.
Yeah, all right.
Just do your job.
We love you, police. Goddard police later updated their post saying that the animals had been returned to their owner, who was an employee of the nearby Tanganyika, not saying that right, wildlife park.
They didn't belong to the three wise men?
No, but the internet thought so. They liked the story, the Facebook post. So let me read a couple comments. A lot of them are like Shantae Coleman's that said, someone took their nativity scene a little too far this year. Laughy face, heart, heart, heart. But I like the ones like these from Mickey Hale, who said, I believe the property, Maple, and I won't say the address, have a camel. Might check there. And then Nikki Epler-Young said, Mickey Hale, someone said, I won't say the address, and Kellogg Street. Apparently there are multiple camels in Goddard, lol. And then another chain was like, no, it's definitely the ones from Maple Street. No, it's from Kellogg. And it's just like a chain of people talking about all the camels that exist.
How does a town that's that small where everybody knows all the camels have that many streets? 199th
very high
Street?
numbered. I was thinking the same
I think
thing.
it was just both streets. I only mentioned 2 streets.
They skipped a
Oh,
lot of
whoops,
numbers.
my bad.
I just didn't say the addresses.
Skip a lot.
Do you guys have any good donkey cow camel jokes off the top of your head?
No.
I got one. I took a shot at one real quick.
I saw the top of your head.
Yeah. Well, yeah, sort of. It took me about 30 seconds. A donkey, a cow, and a camel walk into a bar in Kansas, and the bartender says, "What'll be, fellas? The regular." Because that's a common occurrence.
Moving on.
I got another one.
Okay, one more.
A donkey, a cow, and a camel walk into the bar, and the bartender says, "If you don't get a shirt on that camel hump, you all gotta go." Right? It's just it's a common
Oh,
occurrence.
yeah, because he's like, he's way
It's not
too,
uncommon.
he's got it out there, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
They're
get
like
it.
humans.
It's like a boob.
His humps.
It's like a hump
His
boob.
humps.
Who is that story from? Who gave us that?
Oh yeah, I keep not saying the names. Jesus, keep going. Keep
All right,
going.
moving on.
Yeah,
So
you'll
much
figure it
Mark
out
cares about
eventually.
the listeners.
All right. Some more meth for you guys. So South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem is making headlines after launching a new campaign against meth in her state titled "Meth, We're on It." And that headline either suggests that Noem is tackling the meth problem head on, or that everyone in her state is on meth. Hard to tell out there. The campaign, which was created by a company called Broadband, and who the state has already paid over $450,000 so far for this brilliant idea, will include billboards, TV ads, posters, and a website featuring people of all races and ages proclaiming, "I'm on meth."
That's gonna be confusing when they like tell the cops like trying to be like proactive. They're like, "I'm on meth." The cops like, "The fuck."
Right.
Well,
Also, what's the message to that? You're on it.
You're on
like
top
you're,
of it. Like,
yeah.
You're got your eyes on meth, and you're not. Meth's not going to be in my town
Right.
because we're on top of it.
It's like a task.
It's just the worst slogan ever, but it does bring attention to the situation.
Meth?
Exactly.
Which is
I'm
good.
on it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So Noem said the campaign has been a huge success for the reason Mark said, besides Twitter heckling the shit out of the state with questions like, "You okay, South Dakota?" and "Hey, South Dakota, you trying to meet up at the Arby's parking lot later?" Noem said of the campaign, this bold, innovative effort like the nation has. This is a bold, innovative effort like the nation has never seen before. She also said that the campaign will, quote, educate every person across South Dakota on the signs of meth addiction, the resources available to combat the addiction, and the strategies to engage communities in recovery. And it's going to be hard to tell the difference between a person on meth and a person who's just been living in South Dakota through countless winters all their lives. I kid. I have been to South Dakota about 9 times, and it's a beautiful state full of wonderful people, the most beautiful skies I've ever seen. So keep your head up, South Dakota. We already
Hold on. Didn't you say that at Sturgis there's a women's shelter that develops after every motorcycle rally for the ladies that get left behind?
Yes. Yep. That's
Beautiful
true.
Well,
state.
They're going to be taking a lot
Well,
closer look.
everyone.
I think this is a lot closer look at the remote control cars, but I think this is like a genius, unintentional slogan. That
It is.
I dig it.
Right, yeah, it's
gonna
going to get,
gonna
it
work
splashes,
like fucking
yeah.
It's
gangbusters.
viral.
Any press
Yeah,
is good press.
there's gonna be so many more kids snitching on each other with the meth. Like meth.
Also,
Meth people are fucked now in South Dakota.
also South Dakota,
Now.
and once they get off their meth, they can enjoy the best pheasant hunting in the country.
Hey, there you go.
You heard it here.
My last story is from @Alk Groney. Yeah.
There you go.
The Black Hills out there are beautiful, so I love South Dakota. Anyway, that one's from Kyle Cugini via Mike Baker, so thank you for that. That's going to do it for Hard Factor, another listener-submitted show. I think it went pretty well.
What a
Saying
success.
We're saying,
Yeah.
Cool.
Remember, we have
User?
our live commercial break debate show tonight with a pregame show, commercial break breakdowns, bets with Predict It, and a postgame show tonight where we all may be a little mouthy and feisty like an Indiana judge named Sabrina. We will post the link on Twitter. Remember to pick up some merch, Florida Man Friday shirt, Pop the Clutch. We have some excellent holiday sweaters coming out soon. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram @Barstool News. Leave us a review on iTunes, smash that 5-star button, and most importantly, have a great fucking day.